So this is the Division I CIF Girls State Volleyball Championship featuring the Marymount Sailors out of the Southern California region taking on the NorCal champion, the St. Francis Troubadours, alongside John Henry. Manny News making the call as we are just underway here. The CIF Division I finals underway as the Sailors will start things off from the kill from number 84, Katie Edwards. For the Sailors, a 1-0 Marymount affair. Here, John Henry looking at this Marymount team will go quick and brief. It is their second year in Division I. They showed up to the state title last year. They lost to Palo Alto, and the one thing that they wanted to do was have a chance to resurrect themselves and get back into this. They've got the chance, and now they've got a chance at another shot at a state title.
Well, Coach Carrie Klein doing such a great job when she took over in 1998. Able to bring this team from up to a Division I squad, coming to compete last year, as you mentioned, state finals. This year back again and looking for a little bit of a different result, Manny.
Yes, this team, though, in with experience coming in. When Carrie Klein took over the program back in 1998, it was down in the ranks, but then all of a sudden, she took them to 9 section titles, 7 regional crowns, and then 5 Division IV state titles. They moved up from Division 2 down to Division I last year from Division 1A, and they finally earned their first ever Division I AA title, beating out Redondo Union. Matter of fact, they met them in the regional semifinal. The regional final just on Wednesday in a 3-0 swift affair. In the process, they took down Poway, Clovis West, and Redondo Union to get to this point. A 2-3-1 affair as St. Francis will have their serve from number 10, Gabriella Palmieri, go well out of bounds. Side out here for the Sailors.
And got to tribute the Marymount Sailors, the fans. I mean, behind us, you're going to hear them throughout the game. They have showed up in droves. And there they are there, the Sailors just making their presence known early in this one.
Kathleen Harris there on the block right in front of the kill from Lonnie Kroon on the play. It's now a 4-1 Sailor lead. Marymount, an all-girls school. Surprisingly enough, they have a very strong fan base. We'll actually talk about that in a minute. Almost a chance at a service ace, but it'll be knocked back inside the Sailor zone. Set up the middle. Attack along the far side. Great hit there by Katie Edwards along the backside. Lead up to 4 now, 5-1. One thing to mention, though, all-girls school, they haven't really had much of a fan base, but it's kind of developed in through the playoffs and even during the regional playoffs. And now right behind us where the Marymount fans sit, it is shoulder to shoulder. Here's the set by the Troubadours, pushed back inside the Sailor zone. Bump off, attacked by Jasuda, knocked away. Here come the Troubadours, set an attack, down the corner. Great dive save by the Sailors. A second chance, finding the corner, Kathleen Harris on the play along the far side, 6-1. Sailors on top.
And Harris making her presence felt early in this one with a couple blocks already, and there her first kill of the night, third kill for the Sailors, on that little stutter. And they're up 6-1 early here, Manny.
An easy 5-point lead thus far. Juggled around now back inside the Sailor zone. A chance for the attack. Pushed off there by Edwards. Dive save on the backside are the Troubadours. Ball now back again. Sailors now bumping on the 50-50 ball on the hit off from Rainey Meyer-Wally on the knockout. Finds the backside. 7-1 as head coach Lynn Wright for the Troubadours will call time. We'll keep it right here. A 7-1 Marymount Sailor lead. Real quick, let's talk about St. Francis. Their last state title came back in 2005. In the process to get here into the the state title game as the number 1 seed, they took down Skyline, Menlo Atherton, and Granite Bay. Matter of fact, in that game it was 4-1. 3-1, correction. They lost the first game, had to come back the second game to bounce back, and they actually won swiftly in that 3-1 affair. But now this team coming in with a lot of momentum, bringing that in tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to pick up the momentum a little bit here. We got the crowd behind us, but St. Francis definitely, they may be down 6 points early in this one to a very good Marymount Sailors team, but do not count them out. They've gotten here because they're very good. That's basically the bottom line.
Consistency, especially at the Division I level, playing crucial here already with the Sailors on top by 6. Here's the serve by Palmieri. Correction, not by Palmieri, but by Jasuda. As Jasuda will hit the net, it'll be a service error. Sat out finally won here by the Troubadours.
And if you're the Troubadours right now, you've got to have a little bit of growing momentum. I mean, you just a little unforced error. And I'll let you finish that thought there, Manny.
As Chloe Akin, instead of taking advantage of the error, makes a service error of her own as that goes right into the net. And 8-2 Marymount affair. Back to serve now Katie Edwards, who already has a service ace tonight. Edwards kicks and fires right into the net. So they trade 3 errors in a row, 2 by the Sailors. The other one coming from the Troubadours. They'll take the ball back, though, as they trail 8-3.
And we've seen a few errors. I mean, not to mention those last 3, but other than that, I think it's everybody kind of getting the jitters out. You're in a stadium. There's a lot of people here. Got live broadcasting. It's pretty exciting. So maybe they're just settling in here early in this one.
On the attack by Ashley Williams, up along the near side, goes over the chalk and out of bounds. So now it stands at 8-4. A chance for the Troubadours to get a little rally. Story of the night so far have been teams coming back from trailing in the beginning. Flashback to that game against Camp Olinto. Set an attack. Dive save by the Troubadours. Here's a chance by St. Francis. Picked up on the backside by Marymount. Attack by Jasuda along the far side. She finds the spot. 9-4. Marymount wins the ball back on the side out.
And the senior Tori Jasuda making her presence felt early in this one. Man, what a powerful hit. And that's not the last we'll see of her tonight, as she's one of our players to watch. At number 10, Tori Jasuda.
Rinnie Meyer-Wally back to serve for the Sailors. Picked up in the middle by the Troubadours. Set an attack far side. Wagner. Here come the Sailors, though. A chance. Dive save, but it will go out of bounds off of Hannah Lacera. Kill made by Kathleen Harris. Extending the lead now to 6 at 10-4.
And Kathleen Harris with her second kill of the night. And man, she's I don't know how you dig something like that. I mean, that's her shot is so powerful and so perfectly placed. It's just tough to stop.
A service ace there by Meyer-Wally. Finding the bullet. Hits the backside, 11-4. And right now you see the Sailors a cruising here, leading by 7. Again, this team coming in 32-5. Undefeated in the Sunshine League out of the southern section. Ball off the net. And I believe it'll be a service ace as it'll fall inside the Troubadour zone. Lead up now to 8 at 12-4.
And when things are going your way, things are going your way. And on that one there, that ball wanted to go. Couldn't decide which way it wanted to go, and it fell on the Sailors' side. And they've got the wind at their sails, if I may. At this point, 12-4, just a huge lead here early in this one.
Checking the wind, nice and calm, but you see that little breeze up in the middle of the net regardless. Here comes Meyer-Wally on the serve, over the net, picked up on the backside. Here come the Troubadours on the attack. Up the middle, dive save by the Sailors. A chance there by Ghani, but here come the Troubadours now. Attack by Wagner. Back inside the Troubadours zone, a second chance by Palmieri. A touch, net violation called on the dive attempt from the Sailors. It'll be a rally kill there for the Troubadours as they'll take the ball back here, though they trail 12-5.
And the Troubadours, if you are Coach Elena Wright, right here, you got to focus on getting 1 point at a time. Sneak back into this one. You're not going to do it all at once with one hit. Got to do it one at a time.
Harris on the attack, though. The Troubadours on top of it. Here's the chance by Palmieri. Dive save by the Sailors. Up the middle. Now far side. Attack made by McGrath as she finds the middle of the hole. It's actually Harris there on the play.
That's Harris again, yeah.
Harris there with the kill. Lead back now to 8, 13-5.
And Harris, not the tallest player out there, standing at 5'11", but man, she plays like she's 6'3" or 6'4".
One hit there by the Troubadours on the return, and Tori Jasuda makes him pay. Into the backside, 14-5, lead now nearing double digits. Already a fast-paced game with the Troubadours already using one of their 2 timeouts in the first game. Sailors here on the serve, and that'll fall into the ground as you had Lacera and Vestman deciding to hit, but instead they let it go lead now to double digits at 15-5.
And that's a little mental error there. You know, when in doubt, you gotta keep that ball in play. You gotta make a hit. Give your team a chance.
On the service now, picked up the middle by Lacera. Set and attack, nicked off the hands of Jasuda. Attack made by Leah Felton. Felton with the play. As the Troubadours get it back, though, they trail now 15-6. Back to serve here, number 5, Dana Vestman.
And that is the first kill for the Troubadours, and we're too deep into this game to only have one kill.
Here come the Sailors now, set an attack up the middle, ball nicked off the block, and the attack made by Ashley Williams. That'll hit the ground. Back to 10 now, 16-6. 9 points to go for Marymount.
Marymount's got so many weapons to attack with. I mean, it seems like every one of the players on the floor right now has at least one kill.
Tori Shepard now to serve over the net. Here come the Troubadours. Set, attack along the near side, 50-50 ball, though back inside the Troubadours zone. Sailors will get it back on the push-off. Here's the set and attack, ball nicked away. Great dive save by the Troubadours. Now the backside. Ball bumped out back inside the Sailor zone. Here's the set. Attack up the middle by Katie Edwards. Finds the corner. Along the near side, up to 11 now. 8 points to go, 17-6. Timeout called by Lynn Wright. And the Troubadours again will keep it right here. A 17-6 game. And like I said, for St. Francis, you know, trying to get something going, not really facing the team of this kind of high caliber like Marymount. And right now, they've got a lot on their plate.
I mean, Marymount's really showing why they're 32-5 this year. They've had a lot of experience. They've really settled into the positions and playing together as a team. Coach Carrie Klein doing a great job of keeping the girls, kind of melding them together. It seems like everything's going in their favor. They're firing on all pistons. I mean, this is a team that's going to be tough to stop today if they keep playing like they do.
Yeah, you talk about the Southern Section, too. You have about close to 300, 400 schools, a lot of them moving up in the ranks every year. You always have the CIF Southern Section try to rearrange their schools based on experience, and with this team again bouncing from Division 4 to Division 1, and in fact going from 1A to 1AA and get to the state title again. Already a feat in itself, but this team more than hungry as they lost the state title last year. They want that very badly. Speaking of, service ace again by the Sailors. Service made by Tori Shepard, now 18-6.
And the senior just putting that ball where nobody is, and it's so tough to get to a ball that's so perfectly placed when it's knuckling, dipping, and diving. And you'd think there's almost like a wind out here just because of how much that ball was moving.
Shepard here on the serve. Picked up on the backside. Here's the set. Attack up the corner by Palmieri. As this time ending that 4-point rally from Marymount. Palmieri with the kill, 18-7 with the Troubadours to serve.
And that's exactly what they have to do. Palmieri starting to get the fire going. You know, you got to light some fire to make it bigger. And that's what they need to do here.
50-50 ball back inside the Marymount zone. Set an attack by Harris. But here come the Troubadours. Here's a chance by Palmieri. Off the block and out of bounds. I believe it's off the hands of Yasmin Bedard-Hani. On the play, the 6'3" sophomore could not get in front. It'll be now a 10-point Marymount lead.
And on the other side of the ball, Palmieri, the senior, trying to get something going, get a little rally here for the Troubadours.
Here come the Sailors, a chance along the near side by Jasuda. Short on the play there, Courtney Robledo, 19-8. Marymount winning the ball back here as they now lead by 11.
And Jasuda with a pretty impressive shot there, and then right in front of us. I mean, right on the line, just a perfectly placed shot.
Cassidy Zimnock here to serve. Here come the Troubadours now. Set up the middle, attack up the middle. Ball nicked off the block, but here come these Sailors. Attack by Harris up the middle. Ball nicked off towards the net, and it'll go under it. It'll be a point now for the Sailors again. Lead up to the biggest of the night for Marymount at 20-8.
And we are rolling in this one, and Marymount has got the pedal to the metal, and they are not slowing down.
Zimnock to serve. 50-50 ball as Edwards makes them pay. Into the Sailor net and finds the floor, 21-8.
And Katie Edwards, her sharing the spike lead with Kathleen Harris. Both have 4 kills on the night already.
Here we go, Troubadours. As Robledo couldn't handle the hit, Horn sounded. Referee, looking at the referee, they're saying they're going to play it off anyway, so it'll be a 3-point for the Sailors. Lead now to 14 here, 22-8, and this team not letting up whatsoever. Zimnock back to serve. Again, 3 points before the Sailors can win the first of 5. Dive save by the Troubadours. Ball hit 3 times back inside the Sailor zone. Set, no push off made, but on the dive attempt, here come the Troubadours. A chance by Palmieri. A second chance, this time on the 50-50 hit by Allison Child. Hits the floor for the Troubadours, 22-9.
And great dig by the Sailors on the Palmieri kill, but Child there to put that one away.
Here come the Sailors now, this time to avenge the play. On the block, though, are the Troubadours. Second chance by Edwards, this time into the corner along the far side. 2 points to go, 23-9.
And I was just looking at this roster for Marymount, and they've got 15 players on the roster, 8 of which are seniors. I mean, talk about leadership, talk about how do you go 9-0 in league? Because you got good leadership, that's why.
All of these 8 played in that state title game last year against Palo Alto. On the block, Kathleen Harris watching that ball go out of bounds on the attack from Palmieri, 23-10.
And unfortunately for St. Francis, maybe a little grudge match, even though it wasn't against them. But last year, Marymount does not want to go home on the losing side of a championship, just like last year.
Hakim on the serve, the push off by Edwards, off along the net, dive save on the backside. Now here come the Sailors with the second chance. Set, attack by Edwards, nicked off by Troubadours. That goes out of bounds. And now the Sailors will serve for set point. 24-10.
And it seems like most of the kills that Marymount is being successful on, the Troubadours are actually getting a finger or an arm or something on it, and it's getting deflected, so they just need to do a better job of making themselves a little bit bigger.
Edwards on the serve, high one, chance on an attack by Leah Felton, as that'll find the corner. So a little bit of a rally that the Troubadours need. They need 13 to at least tie and force a bit of overtime. They'll trail here 24-11. On to serve is Lonnie Kroon. Kroon with the serve, picked up. No, it'll go over the chalk and out of bounds this time, and that will end the first of 5. The Sailors win it here by a final of 25-11 in the first of a best-of-5 series. They lead now on a 1-0 affair. We'll take a quick timeout right here. This is the Division I State Volleyball Championships right here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
6 schools, as a matter of fact, have already signed up for Play On Sports, and you can as well. Just log on to playonsports.com/SBP for all the information that you need. Play On Sports, again, where high school sports lives right here. All throughout this whole month, all throughout this whole football season, we've had a whole lot of football coverage. Got soccer coming up, and already with the State Volleyball Championships, never ends right here on Play On Sports. In this game tonight here, already a 1-0 Marymount affair, and we've already seen right now in these first 26 points that right now we've seen that Marymount is definitely the better team.
Yeah, Marymount, like we said, gas, pedal to the metal. They're not leaving anything behind. But near the end of that first game, St. Francis was able to have a few positive points. Leah Felton in the middle was doing a great job. She had a couple kills, along with a couple other players, Palmieri and Wegner, just doing a good job of starting to become successful, maybe getting the jitters out like we said. And as we've been talking about all day, the second game is 0-0, and you get to start fresh. So anything that happened in the past is just that. It's in the past.
Definitely, if you are St. Francis, though, the last thing you want to do is give up another set, especially when you're down 1-0.
Yep.
This team has had experience. They've only had 2 losses on the year, and they've made the state title before back in 2005. So they are familiar. But for these players, it's definitely their first state title appearance since none of these players actually were on the squad back around that time. So, again, like you said, the first game jitters. But if you are the Troubadours, what can you do to bounce back and really give some fear into the eyes of these Sailors?
Well, it kind of mentioned it. It seemed like they were getting just a tip here and a glance there off of their blockers in the front. And they've got to do a better job of maybe sliding one extra person over there to help out, or just positioning themselves a little better. On the flip side, Marymount is a very skilled team, so maybe they're able to recognize that and just hit around the blockers. Either way, we see Marymount here just very loose right in front of us as they're enjoying the music at this little break here, keeping it loose, and I think that's why they've been so successful. Coach Carrie Klein doing a good job of making the girls have fun.
You know, it's scary to look at this roster. Only about 4 players stand at 6'0" or higher. Their tallest player, obviously, with Bernard Hani at 6'4", correction. She's only a sophomore, so she'll be on this home for quite a while. But really, they're not standing that tall. Their outside hitters have a lot of hops, and they've got some really quick fists. Yep. That's why they've had a lot of great chance at very solid kills.
Exactly, and then at the same time, the digs are just impeccable. I mean, every time that the Troubadours get any kind of action going and get a good shot, somebody's right there to dig it, and then it's coming right back at you. Get ready.
Back underway here after the 3-minute timeout. Again, the Marymount Sailors won the first game on the final from 25-12. 6 players on the court as Marymount will move now. They flip over from a left to a right. The Sailors will serve, and up along to serve will be number 26, Rainey Meyer-Wally. St. Francis again at 30. 8-2 coming into this matchup, undefeated 10-0 from the Delta River League from the Sac Joaquin section. To get to this point, they were able to take down Skyline, Melo Anthinin, and Granite Bay. Fans enjoying the Gangnam Style as the fans, especially from the Marymount side, showing off their struts. I don't know if I can dance that well over there, but they've really got a lot of nice moves.
You got some good competition back there behind us.
Maybe I should put on my dancing shoes, my little 70s style, and see if I can show my stuff. In the meantime, here back in action as the Sailors will get set to serve. Again, Meyer-Wally to kick out and fire. Whistle and a position violation called by the Troubadours. Free point there for the Sailors. Already not a good start for St. Francis.
Troubadours can't make any unforced errors like that. Can't give away free points because you know Marymount is not going to give you any free back.
Wally now to serve again on a 1-0 affair here in game number 2.
And St. Francis, the Troubadours still trying to get it sorted out here so that they do not commit another position violation.
He had 3 players in front of the line. Kicks and fires. Dive save on the backside by Wagner. Set an attack. Great move there by the Sailors along the backside. Set an attack by Harris. Bumped off. Here come the Troubadours now. Push off back inside the Sailor zone. Great dive save by Harris. Set an attack. Along the far side, Jasuda, though. 50-50 ball juggled around. Here come the Sailors now. Attack far side by Harris. Block made by Leah Felton on the play. Tied now at 1 apiece.
And you see Leah Felton as well as Lonnie Kroon getting involved. 2 players getting up. That means 4 arms, and that's harder to hit past than 2 arms. So that's exactly what they need to do to get this Marymount team to slow them down a little bit.
Off the net on the serve. The Sailors, though, on top of it. Harris on the attack. A lot of space. Net violation, though, would have been a kill regardless. Great hit by Harris, though on the air. The Sailors get the ball here on a 2-1 lead. Harris now back to serve. See on the screen there, they won 25-11 in game number 1. Into the net. A service error made by Kathleen Harris. So they're trading points here in the early on stages of game 2. Tied up at 2 apiece.
And at this point, if you're St. Francis, you got to kind of take a deep breath. So, all right, we got a free one there. Let's get a couple, get a little bit of momentum going.
Here on the serve, here come the Sailors now. Set an attack by Jasuda. Back inside the Sailor zone on the bounce. Chance there by Williams, but here come the Troubadours. Bumped off back inside the Sailor zone. Set up the middle. Attack far side by Jasuda. Into the corner, juggled around, hitting the floor. 3-2.
Jasuda had 2 opportunities there. That first one, I'm not sure how it was dug by the Troubadours. but she got that second shot, hit the net, kind of rolled over, and landed inbounds on this near side.
Tori Shipper now back to serve for Marymount, kicking and firing just over the net. Here come the Troubadours now. Along the far side, set an attack off the net. Lucky break there by Leah Felton as a hit off the tape and staying in bounds. More points being traded here, tied at 3 apiece with the Troubadours to serve.
And if you're the Troubadours, you got to be happy. You're sticking with them. You're going point for point with them. And then hopefully by the end of the game, you can squeeze away a couple extra and pull out a lead.
The libero here, Dana Vestman to serve. Set up the middle, attack by Katie Edwards. A slow one, but it finds the spot in bounds along the far side. 4-3. Again, trading blows limb from limb with Marymount here on top by 1.
And Edwards there with her 7th kill, match leading of the game already.
Cassie Simnock back to serve. Dive save by the Troubadours. Set an attack by Palmieri. Great hit there. Back inside, back for service here. The Troubadours tied at 4.
And Palmieri, who had 3 kills in that first game, we'd like to see a little more action out of her because she's very successful when she touches the ball. So there's her first one of the second game and 4 total. Look for her to make more of a presence, take more of a leadership role up by that net.
Substitution here as a couple of players come in now for St. Francis. Behind the line, Ali Kumeli. A whistle and a stoppage of play as there might be a replay on the court as both teams will huddle. Referees discussing what the move might be. Not sure if this might be. This usually is a substitution error. You got the head judge, or the floor judge, talking to Lynn Wright. It is a substitution error, so instead coming in will be Hannah Lacera in for Lonnie Kroon. So we'll get things back going as Gabriella Palmieri will be back to serve for St. Francis. Again, tied at 4. Set to serve over the net. Here come the Sailors now. Set. Attack far side. Dive save by the Troubadours. A chance to take the lead? No. Here come the Sailors now. Far side hit by Jasuda. Bumped off by the Troubadours along the backside. Looking for a player to set to. Kumeli setting it though to nobody. Onto the floor. 5-4. Marymount gets the ball on the air.
Looked like Allison Child was looking for that one just on the backside, and it was set on the front side. Unfortunately, just a little miscommunication error by the Troubadours, so that cost them a point and gives the lead over to the Sailors.
Jasuda on the serve. Here come the Troubadours now. Attack near side, bumped off back inside the Troubadour territory. The attack hit off the stick from Wagner. It'll go out of bounds, so a little rally trying to being sparked by the Sailors as they now lead 6-4. You have Jasuda now to serve again. Kicks and fires just over the net, but it'll trickle out of bounds on the hit. Though they have a 1-point lead with the Troubadours serving 6-5.
And of course, I was just going to comment on Jasuda. She got those 2 points, serving in a row for the Sailors, and then she hits one out of bounds, of course. But good leadership shown by her, getting those serves in bounds and tough to recall.
Here come the Sailors now. Bumped back inside the Troubadour zone, though, on the third hit. A chance block made. Great block there by 2 players from the Sailors. Second chance, nicked off the hands of Katie Edwards. Attack there by the Troubadours will notch it up at 6.
And that was Allie Wagner, the senior, with a huge hit that was blocked on the near side here.
Oh, great hit there, but the Sailors on top of the serve. Speaking of serve, how about the service there by Kathleen Harris? Return to sender. 7-6 with the Sailors getting the ball back here on the side out.
And that one just kind of popped over the net right in the wheelhouse of Kathleen Harris, and she was not going to miss on that one. Return to sender. I like it.
Edwards to serve. Kicking and firing here up the middle. Set. Attack near side. Finding the floor there on the play. Allie Wagner on the play. 7-all. Again, trading blows here. Biggest lead for either side have been 2.
And now we're seeing the Troubadours kind of settle in a little bit. It's been a little sloppier than the first game, but the Troubadours hanging in. And of course, as soon as I say that again, sorry, I'll take responsibility for that one.
Palmieri there on the service errors. It goes over the chalk, out of bounds, 8-7. Again, trading points back and forth as the Marymount Sailors will go to serve. Rainey Meyer-Wally back, kicks, fires. Hard hit, though, dive save by the Troubadours. As on the attack, Allie Wagoner, it goes into the net, tying their biggest lead of the second set. The Sailors now back on top, 9-7.
And I think Wagner wants that one back. She kind of held up a little bit, tried to place it, and just mishit it a little. Didn't quite make it over the net, but she's gonna think about that one for a couple plays, I think.
Wally here, back to serve. Now here come the Troubadours. A chance there. Block made. Here come the Sailors now. A chance by Harris off the net, back inside the Troubadour zone. A second chance. The Sailors on top of it. There's Williams on the play. As Ashley Williams up the middle. Off a Troubadour player, now 10-7.
And St. Francis had a good block in the middle of that rally. They had two players up blocking the kill attempt by the Sailors, but that second one, they only had one player up, and that was the difference, I think. Sailors able to find the little open space. Don't need much in a game like this.
A timeout called as the captains for both the Sailors and the Troubadours talking to the head judge. I think they might be saying that there could be some distraction from the stands as you have Tori Jasuda talking to a fan up for the Sailors. Timeout here called by the Troubadors. We'll keep it right here. An unusual call there by either the head judge or one of the players. Regardless, there was some discussion. They're still discussing at the scores table. Not sure what it might be, but I think it might be some commotion from Marymount, maybe. Not too sure.
Couldn't tell. We saw Jasuda roll over and talk to a couple of the fans. Maybe there were a few words thrown out or something that are really inappropriate for a venue. Like, I don't know what it is, but maybe they were just being too loud. Who knows?
Smart timeout, though, called by St. Francis. Obviously, with that long timeout, you kind of want to use that as your advantage to kind of talk things over. That long of a break, gives them a chance to at least get a little bit of a breather. It's definitely a better game compared to the first one, nonetheless, though. Now this time, Marymount's gone back in the sync, and the last thing you want to do if you are the Troubadours to give them another rally and give them a chance to blow this game wide open.
Yeah, you got to stay close. That's their goal right now should be just to stay within a couple, take the lead maybe, but got to stay close. As soon as the Troubadours fall behind too far, Marymount's going to feel that and run away,
So after the timeout here, the Sailors back to serve as Meyer-Wally has seen her team enjoy a 3-point rally as they've cruised so far to this 10-7 affair. Once again alongside here, John Henry, Manny Nunez making the call in the Division I State Volleyball Championships here at CU Arena in Irvine, California. Jumps and fires over the net. Here come the Troubadours. Set attack near side. Block made by Williams. Sailors on top of it. Here is Harris. Dive save by Palmieri. Second chance block out of bounds off the hands of Harris. And on the attack, Palmieri on the play. 10-8.
Well done by Lonnie Kroon there. Doing a good job of just hitting it right into the defense, but letting it deflect away and out of bounds. Pick up the point and shorten this lead. And again,
a service ace there as Chloe Kim there with the correction. It's Courtney Robledo with the service ace. Not too hard, but the nice knuckler hits the ground. Now they trail by 1 at 10-9. Robledo on the hit. Picked up on the backside. Here come the Sailors now. Set an attack by Williams. Short on the play was Robledo along the backside. 11-9. The Sailors will retain their lead.
Senior Ashley Williams getting in on the action. That's her third kill of the evening here. Little bit of contribution from everyone from these Sailors.
Here's Harris on the serve, just over the chalk. and out of bounds. So on the service error, here's a chance for the Troubadours to at least tie it up. They trail here on the serve, down 11-10. Lonnie Kroon back to serve over the net. Here come the Sailors now. Set. Attack, push off by Williams. The Troubadours trying to save it. Second. Third touch bumped back inside the Sailor zone. Set. Attack near side by Hani. But here come the Troubadours now. A double touch on the set by Robledo. Misjudging the ball as it made a little turn at the end. 12-10.
Gotta credit Baydar Harney on the near side here. That set was really tough. It was very far off the court, and she was able to cut it back, get it around that stick, and drop it in.
Here is Shepard on the serve. Here come the Troubadours. Set, attack up the middle, off the net. Dive save by the libero. Set an attack now by the Sailors as Katie Edwards goes in for the kill. 13-10.
Katie Edwards just, I'll say, a force to be reckoned with up there by the net. But on the other side, the Troubadours didn't have anyone blocking. I mean, I guess that's a strategy. You know, you have more hands on deck to kind of clean up everything, but you got to have some guys up in her face, or she's going to be able to do exactly what she wants.
Push off made on the bump from Kyra Smith. Correction from Ali Kumeli on the play. Seeing that the Marymount players were in the front of the net, she found the backside. Now it's 13-11.
Troubadours right in this one, just hanging around just close enough to be able to make a run here by the end of this game.
Dana Vestman back to serve here for St. Francis. Over the net. Pushed off. Set. Attack. There by Katie Edwards. No one there to chase it. Return the ball back to Marymount, leading now 14-11. So on a 3-point lead here, Cassie Zimnock will be back to serve for Marymount. Kicks, fires, over the net. Here come the Troubadours. Set an attack. Dive save by the libero. A chance by Edwards, and this time that'll fall through. 4-point lead, 15-11. Again, looking at the scoreboard, one timeout left for St. Francis.
And Katie Edwards in a hurry, already up to 10 kills on the night.
On the serve, Zimnock back inside the Marymount zone, though it goes out of bounds on the hit from Hannah Lacera. It's now a 5-point Marymount lead, and right now they've kind of settled down after letting the Troubadours into it. Now with the 5-point lead, a chance to maybe put it away.
Yeah, we keep mentioning the Troubadours. They got to kind of hang around, and a 5-point deficit is not hanging around. They got to close this gap.
Here's the serve by Zimnock over the net. Troubadours set, attack up the middle, bumped off. Now here come the Sailors up the middle. Here's Edwards on the 50-50 ball, a whistle, and a reach, a lift violation called against the Troubadours. Another mistake, and now starts to pile up as it seems like they've gone out of sync. Up to a 6-point lead. The Troubadours trying to hang right on. They've kind of played one by one, but now another rally for the Sailors has them on top by 6. Here come the Troubadours, a chance, bumped off on the block, out of bounds on the hit. Leah Felton.
And Paul Mary, I think that was Paul Mary on
yes.
that one, and they just credited her with the kill. And she's got 6 on the night, leading the Troubadours. But man, she's got to get more involved in there.
More than just the 1-by-1. The push off by Edwards, the block from Robledo goes out of bounds. So give Edwards the kill. 18-12 with Marymount with the ball. 7 points before the Sailors can win game 2. Over the net from the serve from Marymount. Sailors on the attack. Bumped Bain on the backside. Set, attack by Edwards along the corner. Just shy of the line. Turnover here, side out for the Troubadours.
And she just missed that one. That thing was on the near side, just off the outside of her hand, and squeaked outside the line on the wrong side.
Troubadours here on the serve, picked up the middle. Set, attack far side. Harris, bumped made. In control are the Troubadours. A chance on an attack. Dive save. Chance further by Edwards over the chalk along the backside. 18-14, like you said, just get them one by one.
Yep, 1 point at a time, and now all of a sudden instead of 6, it's down to 4, and we're getting near the end of this game, so this is the time.
Here come the Sailors now. Far side attack by Harris. Finds the corner. So that ends that mini rally there from the Troubadours. And these Sailors back on top by 5, 19-14.
Yeah, Kathleen Harris not too happy to hear us talking about a rally. So she had something to say about it herself.
Katie Edwards now back to serve. 6 points for the Sailors. That's all they need to win game 2. Up the middle. Attack near side. Bump made by Williams as it'll go over the net and stay inbounds on the block attempt from Ashley Williams. 5 points to go, 20-14.
Meyer Whaley inside on that block as well. Helping out, getting the block, getting some hands in the way, and that's defense right there for you.
Edwards now to serve again, a 20-14 lead. Into the net though. Service error. Not a lot of mistakes here by Marymount, but they've really taken control from the many that the Troubadours have committed.
Yep.
So here to serve. Here come the Troubadours in number 8. Allison Child. 50-50 ball back inside Marymount zone. Set up the middle. Attack right into the net though as Palmieri can't get it over. 21-15.
And St. Francis just, it feels like there's almost a little disconnect. They can't quite get a rhythm, anything going, that momentum, which is so crucial in a volleyball match and all high school sports, I guess. But they haven't really seemed to fire away and get everyone working on the same page.
Here to serve again will be Rainey Meyer-Wally. Jumps, kicks, fires, just over on the 9 tries. Set. Attack near side on the push-off. Dive saved by the libero. Bumped. Pushed off there by Williams. Whistle and a 4-touch call from the attack by Toy Jasuda. Point here for the Troubadours. You've got height now this time for the Troubadours. You got your tall players as Carson Bisharot and her middle blocks have come in to flood up the middle. Here come the Sailors now on a 5-point lead. Ashley Williams over the block and finds the floor. 3 points to go, 22-16.
And I think Ashley Williams heard you talk about the blocking ability in the middle for Marymount, for St. Francis, and just going right up and over the block is Williams with a great kill.
Kathleen Harris now back to serve again on a 6-point lead. They need 3 to take game 2. Here come the Troubadours. Marymount on top of the ball from the kill. Ashley Williams with a second chance. Block was nicked. It goes out of bounds. Great attack by Williams and the Sailors. 2 points to go, 23-16.
And Marymount just not letting up. I mean, not even giving St. Francis a chance to come back to this one.
Over the net, just over. As a matter of fact, here's a chance by the Troubadours. Right. I believe it's going to go just out of bounds from the attack by Alani Kroon.
Manny Nunez on the reception on the near side here.
Had the ball. I don't want to play anymore. Let's hit it right then and there. Game point, though, here for the Sailors, 24-16. Here come the Troubadours. Set attack near side. Great hit by the attack by Kroon. 24-17. They need 7 points to tie.
And Marymount right here, they can kind of smell the blood in the water, and they're attacking pretty hard. They want to put this one away without too much more effort.
Here we go. Marymount with the set. The attack by Williams, and that will seal the deal for game number 2. Ashley Williams with the attack. They take game 2 by a final of 25-17.
And Marymount we keep saying it, full throttle, pedal to the metal. They are making minimal errors. They're capitalizing on the Troubadours' errors. They've got so many weapons. I mean, you look up at the scoreboard at the kills, and they've got over 25, almost 30 kills already through 2 games.
Katie Edwards has 10 on the floor as well. Kathleen Harris with 7. They lead the team in that category. On the other side, not much from St. Francis. Gabriella Palmieri only has 6. The rest under 3 and under. So although St. Francis, had a good second game, it was Marymount who kind of spread the ball around. More importantly, it's amazing how quick they kind of sped it up before St. Francis could get in for the block.
Right. This has been one of the quickest games. There's no time in between points. There's no long rallies. Marymount takes care of business right away.
Take a quick timeout here, under 2 minutes before we start game number 3. Once again, Marymount on top, 2-0 here on the Division I CIF-State Volleyball Championships right here on PlayOnSports.com.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information, as well as links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Seems like it's been a tale of 2 games here so far. Marymount here again leading, as you see on your screen. Marymount won the first game with ease, 25-11. It was back and forth to start the second game, but it was the Sailors who crept on through. They had a couple of small rallies. They took control, and they won it by a final of 25-17. Real quick, John Henry, it's been all Marymount thus far, although you can give some credit to at least have St. Francis kind of bounce around here and there. Really, it's been all 100% Marymount in these first 2 games.
Right, Marymount has so many different weapons. I mean, Jasuda has got 7 kills, I believe, on the night already. And then we've got a plethora of other people. Kathleen Harris, Ashley Williams, Meyer Wally. I mean, it seems like everybody on this team has got 5, 6, 7, 8 kills. And that's so tough to stop if you're St. Francis, because the only times when they are successful on the block is when they have 2 players blocking. And so now you're trying to put 2 players on every 1 player that Marymount has. And I can do the easy math on that one, and it's not going to work out very well in your favor.
Paul Murray in the first game had 8 attacks, but only 3 total kills from the first game, awaiting the stats from game number 2. But I can say that it was a good mix around for Marymount between Kathleen Harris and Katie Edwards on the other side. St. Francis did spread the ball around, but they kind of let that go in the late stages of the second game, and that gave Marymount a chance to hold on and really take control of the latter part of that second game. So as we are now underway in the third game, again, the Marymount fans are right behind us, standing up as they are cheering on their squad on the other side from the San Joaquin section out of Sacramento. The Troubadours making that 6-hour hike from NorCal down to Irvine. Courtney Robledo back to serve. Now here comes Marymount. Set attack by Edwards over the chalk. The first lead of the night in either part of the match for the Troubadours. Oh, it's at 1-0.
Hey, if they can take advantage of any kind of mistakes that Marymount's making, they're going to do themselves well in this third game.
2-0 now as Robledo with a bullet on the serve.
Yeah, the senior doing a great job of setting the tone for this game. I mean, we've talked about it so many times in volleyball. When there's a new game, it's 0-0 once again.
Here's Robledo again, kicks in, fires over the net. Dive save by the Sailors on the serve. Attack by Hani. Dive attempt from Lonnie Kroon. Short on the play, though, as he goes into the bench of the Troubadours. 2-1. Marymount with the ball, ready to serve. Back to serve here, Cassie Zimnock. Her team trailing by 1. Here come the Troubadours. Attack far side by Palmieri. Juggled around. Attack there by Harris. Goes into the net. Lead back up to 2 now for the Troubadours at 3-1.
And the Troubadours just keep applying the pressure, make Marymount make a play. They're not going to make 100% of the plays out there. It's just impossible to do. They're not going to play a perfect game. So take advantage where you can. Here
come the Sailors. Attack by Edwards. Well over, though it is going to be nicked off a block. The St. Francis team a little shell-shocked, as I don't even know if that went off a St. Francis player. They're going to give the point to Marymount at 3-2.
close one. We might have to look at the replay on that one later.
Throw that red flag. Though they get the point back anyway on the service error made by Jasuda. So wave that off. It's now back at 4-2.
Hey, it's funny how things kind of work themselves out sometimes.
Definitely karma, so to speak. Regardless, here with the Troubadours back on top by 2. Here to serve, Ali Kumeli. Dive save, Marymount on the set. Attacked by Edwards as this time she finds the floor. Down by 1, 4-3. Marymount trying to regain control.
Edwards got her kill count now up to 12. Such a dominating force at the net. She's already missed 2 here in this third game, so she gets the ball almost every time, it seems.
Edwards here kicks, fires on the serve. As the libero, Dana Vestman, can't make the dive save. As it just went in front of the line. Tied now at 4 apiece.
The ball was kind of hooking from right to left, and Vestman was kind of set up, and then it just hooked to her right. Couldn't quite make a play on it.
Edwards now ready to serve, kicks, fires. Along the backside, bump, attack by Palmieri. Here come the Sailors now. Ashley Williams right into the hands of Kumeli. Wasn't expecting that one there, 5-4.
And that's just one of those reaction plays. She really didn't have time to try to make a play on it. It was just, I hope my hands are in the right spot at the right time. But when you're trying to deal with a spike coming from Ashley Williams, it's always going to be a tough one.
Wrong place at the wrong time, I would say.
Right.
Edwards on the serve, just over the chalk, out of bounds. So the service error will give the ball back to the Troubadours, tied now at 5.
Now, if you're the Troubadours, you've been kind of given a few points here in this one, and it's still only 5-5. So you've got to make Marymount pay for it, like they do right there.
Speaking of paying for it, Courtney Robledo there on the block from Ashley Williams. The Troubadours here are back on top. They lead now 6-5. Again, as you see on your screen, the Sailors here leading match-wise 2-0. They won the first 25-11, the second 25-17. Here come the Troubadours, attacked by Palmieri. Sailors, though, on the second, third bump, back inside the Troubadour zone. Up the middle, now near side, block made from the attack by Kroon, and it's Kathleen Harris over the net and with the play.
Man, that was just one-on-one, mano-a-mano, and Harris denying the kill on the near side here, putting it right back on the near court and taking the point for Marymount.
Back to serve for Marymount, Rainey Meyer-Wally. Tied at 6. Jumps, fires, over. Does it stay in bounds? Yes, it does. A line drive just off the line. 7-6, Marymount regaining the lead.
And Meyer-Wally's been solid on the service all day. That one just catching the outside of the line on the money. Great shot.
On the serve, another line drive. Now here come the Troubadours. Double touch there on the set from Allison Child. 8-6, and now these mistakes are starting to creep back up here for the Troubadours. Meyer-Wally again to serve with her team leading by 2, 8-6. Ready, jumps, fires, over. Picked up the middle, set, attacked by Child. Dive, save, 3 bumps. Does it go over and out of bounds? Yes, it does. Great move there by the Sailors to at least get the chance at an attack, but it was just shy of the line.
And the Sailors are so tough. It's like they turn the switch from defensive to offensive so quickly. It seems like the Troubadours can't quite make that transition quickly enough, and that's where they're getting a lot of their points.
Another mistake there by Allison Child on the serve as it goes right into the net. They give the ball back to Marymount, and another 2-point lead. Marymount has been known, at least in the middle to late stages, to get runs going, and that's what the Troubadours are trying to hold off from. On the serve by Harris. Set up the middle. Attack pushed off by Kroon. Juggled around off a Marymount player. That'll go out of bounds.
And a smart play there by Kroon. Not hitting it as hard as he can, just placing it in the backside of the court, just out of the reach of the Sailors.
So now a 9-8 Marymount lead as Kroon will get ready to serve. over the net and just over the chalk, out of bounds.
And now that's 2 in a row where St. Francis has been able to win the point. They get the serve, and then they hit it out of bounds. And you look at the score difference right now, and it's 2 points. So that's just like simple. You got to put the ball in play. Got to let your team win.
Same storyline from the first game, but this time around, the Marymount Sailors have had at least a little bit of control.
Yep.
Here come the Sailors. Great block there on the attack. Leah Felton in front of the attack. 10-9, down by 1.
Now that you've won this point, and number 21 up again to serve. She did such a good job at the beginning of this game, Robledo. See if she can kind of get a rally going here.
Robledo now ready, kicks, fires over the net. Here come the Sailors, back over on the one hit. Juggled around. The hard bump goes back into the Troubadour zone, and on the play there, Leah Felton gives this game a 10-10 tie in game number 3.
And Kumelis with a real smart play there off the mishandled dig from the serve.
Here come the Sailors now, chance by Edwards. That'll find the corner. 11-10, a small rally though puts St. Francis back at least into the thick of things. They now trail by 1 with Marymount to serve.
And credit Katie Edwards, now up to 13 kills on the night.
On the serve, Simnock just a little hard there on the hit. So now trading blows here on service errors, tied at 11. Subbing and now coming in to serve, number 5, Dana Vestman for St. Francis. Vestman looking over. Kicking and firing over the net. Here comes Marymount. Jumps. Attacked by Edwards. Off the net. And that'll stay into the Troubadour zone. 12-11. Up by 1.
What's new? Set to Katie Edwards. Another point. Another point for the Sailors.
14 kills here for Katie Edwards, leading both sides.
Doubling the next highest kill count.
And that is for Kathleen Harris from Marymount, who has 7. The set and the attack by Palmieri. Picked up at the backside by Marymount. Attack far side. Edwards, no. A chance at a bump off as that goes just sailing out of bounds off of Kumeli. Thought she had some space, but instead a little hard.
And she's been so good at that, but just trying to get a little too cute with that one. Finding the open space just out of bounds.
Here's the serve by China Perkins. Set up the middle. Attack far side by Palmieri. Juggled 2-3 times up to the center of the net. And this time, the Troubadours will get the ball back here from the kill by Palmieri, 13-12.
And Palmieri, from up through that second game, she had 17 attempts and only 7 successful kills. The Sailors doing a great job of defending against her. She's the main threat here from the St. Francis offense.
Here come the Troubadours now to chance to tie it up. Goes over and out of bounds on the attack from Alani Kroon. 14-12. Give some credit here for the Troubadours to at least hang in there. Edwards now to serve. Again with her team on top by 2.
And this is that point where the Sailors have been able to stretch that lead and extend it out up to 20 and really get out in front.
The attack by Kroon. Edwards there going in for the dive save, and instead goes into the bench and well out of bounds. 14-13 with the St. Francis down by 1. Gabriella Palmieri back to serve, kicks, fires. Near side, set up the middle. Chance by Harris. Dive save, yes, back inside. Here's the 50-50 ball pushed off by Williams. And now here come the Troubadours. A chance by Robledo. That'll go hit off the defender by Marymount. And staying in bounds, 14-all.
And we've got ourselves a little bit of a game now as it's all tied up. The Troubadours doing a fantastic job of getting on the little rally.
Palmieri on the serve, up the middle. Attack by Williams as this time she gives the Sailors the lead right back, 15-14. 10 points to go. Meyer Wally back to serve for Marymount. Picked up on the backside by Vestman, the libero. A push off. Back inside the Marymount zone. No one there to get it, though, on the first hit from Williams. Thought she had someone to give it to, but instead went into no man's land, 15 all.
And a little bit of a miscommunication error by Marymount, something you don't see a whole lot. So maybe this is a time now where St. Francis can take advantage of the miscue, possibly even take the lead.
Chloe Hakim kicks off the net, picked up on the middle by Williams. Attacked by Harris. Block made, back inside the Troubadour zone. Far side pass to Robledo, 50-50 ball into the Troubadour zone. A second chance, Marymount though on top of it. Here is another 50-50 ball, and this time with the pushback is Robledo on the play. Troubadours back on top here, 16-15.
And Robledo doing a great job this game. She's had a couple kills, that block there, and doing a great job on the service as well.
On top by one. Here is Hakim on the serve. Up the middle. Set. Attack by Williams. Does she find the corner? No! Yes, she doesn't. 17-15. Looking at the head judge. Maybe she made the call. Saw it went out of bounds. With the Troubadours now leading by 2.
Biggest lead of the night, I believe. Well, especially in this late stage of the game.
And another service ace here for Chloe Hakim. Biggest lead of the night for the Troubadours, 18-15. Marymount here to try to kill off the rally. They will call time. We will as well. Troubadours here trying to hang on. They trail 2-0 match-wise, but they lead this game here, 18-15. We'll take a quick timeout right here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Saturday night volleyball action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports live here.
5 sections here in the state of California alone. We've been covering from football all the way down to basketball, even water polo. And we've got all the action right here on PlayOnSports.com. You like high school sports? You found the right place. Coming out of the timeout here real quick, 18-15. Again, Marymount known to make the rallies. What do the Troubadours need to do to maintain this lead?
Well, Troubadours are doing actually a great job of putting some pressure on Marymount. I don't know if Marymount's had their backs up against the wall, especially in the latter half of any recent games. I mean, they've been so dominating, and maybe just a little lapse in concentration here. And if St. Francis can take advantage, they're going to come out on top.
Here's the attack by Pawnee. Marymount, though, a chance at a miskill. Here comes Marymount again. Williams on the play, out of bounds. More miscues here. That's the second error, second attack error. 19-15 there by Ashley Williams.
And let's credit Chloe Hakim, number 20, on that first dig from Williams. Unbelievable. I can't believe she got under it.
A block made back in the Marymount zone. Set. Attack up the middle. Another block. Here's a third chance for the Sailors. Pushed back into the Troubadour zone. Attacked by Robledo in front of Williams, staying in bounds, 20-15.
And Robledo has been it feels like the lifeblood of this St. Francis team here in the second half, doing a little bit of everything.
A one-touch hit. Now here comes Marymount. Attack. Dive save by Comelli. Set. Attack far side. Robledo. Does she find the corner? No. Just over and out. Though that nice rally for the Troubadours. They've got a 4-point cushion on their hands. 20-16. 5 points to go to win game 3. Marymount now back to serve. Getting down by 4. Here's Harris on the hit. Set up the middle. Attack far side. Robledo. Harris though on the pickup. Attack this time by Jasuda, finding the floor with such force, hitting right into the hands of Palm Mary, 2017.
And now if you're St. Francis, you got to say, okay, now we're in control. We've got to finish this game out. Don't want to fall behind or even get close with this Marymount team.
Yeah, small rally here, forcing maybe to call time will be the Troubadours. Set up the middle, attack far side, block made, back inside the Troubadour zone, set, attack near side, Kroon can't get it. Up the middle, back hit, pushed back. Hakim, back into the Marymount zone on the hit, though it goes well over the chalk as Robledo misjudged the play. 20-18, looking at the bench. of St. Francis, Lynn Wright, will want to talk things over. Keep it right here, 20-18. Marymount leading. Kind of saw this coming. The timeout for Marymount kind of trying to kill the rally. It did it there, but if you're St. Francis, you want to do what you were doing right. And right now the mistakes are starting to kind of pile up again for the Troubadours.
Yeah, you see St. Francis kind of looking around at each other going like, how do we close this out? How do we close this out? And that's when you look at your coach, Alina Wright, doing a good job of calling a timeout as that a little bit of a rally kind of gets going. So a great call by her. And what is she saying here? She's saying, this is our game to win. The other ones, we had to come back. Now we're in the lead. They've got to come back. So let's close it out, get 5 quick points, and then let's go on to the next game. 1 game at a time, 1 point at a time.
You definitely got to go slow here. Obviously, if you are St. Francis, you can't let anything kind of get you by. They've had a lot of composure, at least go their way. But, again, Marymount known for making those big runs. Here comes Marymount on the serve. Ready to go here, down by 2. It's Harris on the hit. Set, far side. Kim has to hit it over. A line drive, though. Marymount in control. The push-off. Dive save up the middle. Hakim set an attack. Pushed off there by Palmieri into no man's land, 21-18.
And Gabriella Palmieri with maybe her biggest kill of the night. Make it 8 on the night for her. Bringing the serve back to this near side. And bigger than that, putting a point up on the board and putting their lead to 3.
Ready to go now as Lonnie Kroon will set to serve. 21-18, 4 points is all the Troubadours need to send this match to a game 4, while Marymount needs 7 to win the title. Harris on the pickup from the serve. Set, attack up the middle by Williams. Dive save by Hakim. Here come the Troubadours now. Attack, block made by Williams from the hit by the Troubadours as she's fired up.
Wow. Getting a little bit of fireworks here.
Nice hit there by Williams to give the ball back to Marymount. Lead trailing by 2. Service here from Marymount. Picked up by Hakim. Set up the middle. Attack far side. Robledo finding some space as Tori Shepard can't make the dive save. 22-19.
And Robledo doing a great job of cutting that ball right across the net. It almost felt like it kind of rolled across the net there, all the way to the other side of the court, finding the ground.
Here's Robledo on the serve, kicks and fires. Almost had a chance at a service ace. Back inside the Troubadour zone, set up the middle. Attack near side, bump made, dive save by the Sailors. Here's a chance on the attack, and with such force, Jory Jasuda haven't called her name in a while. She gets the kill, 22-20.
And that's her 6th on the night. We were calling her name quite a bit in that first and second game. A little quieter in this third, and that might be the difference. If she can get hot quickly here, they could score 5 very, very quickly.
Both teams with only 1 timeout here in this third game. Set, attack, far side. The attack, great dive save by the Sailors. Here's a chance to cut it down to 1. Finding the floor on the soft touch. Tori Jasuda on the play. Down by 1, and now Marymount starting to feel a little bit. They're creeping right back in this.
I don't think they want to play a 4th game. I think they want to go home after 3.
Here is Zimnock on the serve. Picked up far side. Pushed back. Dive save by the Sailors. Attack far side by Edwards. Just over the near side. Out of bounds, though. 23-21. Again, both teams with 1 timeout. When to elect it, we shall see here. Dana Vestman back to serve with her team leading by 2. They need 2 points to send it to game number 4. Vestman on the hit. Picked up, middle, set. Attack by the Sailors. Block made, goes out of bounds. The attack there by Jasuda. She gets the kill, 23-22.
And credit her with her 3rd kill in the past, 4 or 5 points. Really stepping up here in the latter part of this 3rd game. And like we mentioned, she is the difference here, cutting that lead from 4 down to 1.
Troubadours here with the ball. Attack by Palmieri. Juggled off it. It's nicked off a Sailor player out of bounds. 22-24. Head coach Lynn Wright barking to her troops to try to keep the momentum going, but Kari Klein over on the sideline. They will call time.
I don't think Coach Klein wants to go into 4 games either. She said, let's finish this out here. We've gotten 3 points in a row before. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Let's go home.
So with the Troubadours leading 24-22, it would be kind of heartbreaking if you're Marymount. You're up 2 games to none. Have a chance to wrap it up, though you trail by 2. It is a small enough gap to creep back in, but obviously if you're Marymount, the last thing you want to do is give them another game and play a full 4th game again.
Yeah, and on the other side of the ball, the Troubadours doing a fantastic job of hanging in this one, making Marymount make the plays and forcing them to make mistakes by putting them in very high-pressure situations. From the play of Paul Mary, who's been pretty solid the whole game, but really stepping up and being the difference maker. Courtney Robledo doing a fantastic job in all aspects of the court, and they're looking to finish it out right here. The Troubadours want to go 4.
Chance at game point right here. Set up the middle, attack far side, juggled around, and it is number 1, Kathleen Harris on the attack. You have to win by 2, and Marymount can at least force a little bit of extra points if they can get this here. They're down 1, 24-23. Crucial 24th or 25th point right here. Service here by Edwards. Just over the net. A great dive save. Set an attack. Up the corner. And it's Allison Child with the game point. 25-23. We will live to see another game.
And the Troubadours. To a key, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to stay in it, get the lead, get a little more control and the momentum, which we've talked about, so important in high school sports, especially volleyball, and they were able to pull it out.
So 25-23, Marymount, though, leads match-wise 2 games to 1. Take a quick timeout right here. This is the Division I CIF-State Volleyball Championships right here on PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So a 2-1 Marymount lead, though they gave up that 3rd gain on the attack from Allison Child. It was a 25-23 Troubadour affair. Now again, if you are Marymount, you can just tell that. I could see a lot of red in their eyes right now. That's the game that they really wanted. So I'm assuming if you are Marymount, you're definitely going to come in with more force. You're going to come in with a lot of gas in the tank. You're going to leave everything on the court right here in this 4th game.
Yeah, it might have been partially, a little mental lapse on the part of Marymount, but at the same time, you got to credit the Troubadours. They didn't come out and they weren't given 25 points. They earned those, and they did a great job spreading the ball around. And again, I'll say her name, Courtney Robledo, the senior, stepping up in that 3rd game. And she had, I have to guess because we don't have the stats yet, but she had probably 3 or 4 kills as well as probably 2 or 3 great blocks, not to mention 4 or 5 digs to keep them in points.
Obviously, if you are the Troubadours as well, you want to definitely carry a lot of that momentum here in this 4th game. We saw Campo Lindo and Cathedral Catholic with Cathedral Catholic leading 2 games to none, but it was Campo Lindo who crept right back. Cathedral Catholic did win on a 3-2 final affair, but again, you give a team who's down 2-0 a 3rd game, some of the momentum will shift back to that side. And so if you are the Troubadours, you're definitely coming in this game with a little bit more of an advantage.
Exactly, and if we look back up at the scoreboard, 0-0 again. So this is that kind of that mental state where who's going to get off and score the first couple points, who's going to get the lead, who's going to take control, and that person, or that team, is usually the team that's going to win.
So after the 3-minute timeout discussion, again a 2-1. As you see on your screen, a 2-1, a Marymount lead. Marymount won the first game 25-11. Cruised in the second game after kind of going back and forth in the middle stages, 25-17. But all of a sudden, St. Francis took some momentum little by little and held on to the lead throughout that 3rd game, and they won it there 25-23. So after the timeout here, the Sailors will now move. After the switch out, they'll be going from left to right. They are dressed in their baby blue jerseys with silver lettering across. For the Troubadours, red lettering across, yellow numbering on the top of their jersey with all blacks. Out of the timeout, the Troubadours will get set to serve.
And I think this game is going to be one of the best of the night. If that last one wasn't good enough for you folks, Marymount's going to come out firing on all cylinders. I mean, they've got nothing to lose here. They want to take this one home right now. They don't want to let St. Francis get back into it. At the same time, the Troubadours have the momentum. They now know that they can beat Marymount. So why not? Let's go beat them. So this is going to be a great game. Some good volleyball coming up.
Sailors here instead will be serving, and back to serve for Marymount. Rainey Meyer-Wally, one of their best servers on their squad. Whistle blown. Underway here in game number 4. Into the net, though. Free point for the Troubadours.
I think you said it right there, free points. It's like, here you go. We're going to start this game down 1 point. Not what you want to do.
Even worse, that'll give the ball back to the Troubadours.
Right.
Last thing you want to do, especially when you lost that third game with lost momentum as well. But this time around, how about some back-to-back service errors? On the hit, it was Lonnie Kroon on the play. It's now tied at 1.
And when I mentioned some of the best volleyball we've seen tonight, I didn't mean these first 2 points. I think it's still to come.
I think we'll play instead of first to 25, first to 24 instead. Bleeder on the pickup. Set an attack. Into the corner. Dive, save. It goes off the stick and out of bounds on the dive attempt by Meyer-Wally. 2-1 here. Marymount trailing by 1.
And Lonnie Kroon getting into the action, recording her third kill of the night as the statistician reports it.
Over the net on the serve. Here comes Meyer-Wally. Attacked by Williams. Juggled around once, twice. Into the ground. Ashley Williams with the kill. She's got 9 on the night. Tied for second on the team. Back to serve. Tori Shepard for Marymount on a 2-2 tie. Open over the net, but it'll go to the left side and out of bounds. A 3-2 Troubadour lead. Again, now serving here with a 3-2 lead, number 14, Holly Kumeli. Over the net, up the middle. Sailors here with a chance at an attack. Double touch, no. It'll be the Sailors on the chance on the attack, and it's Katie Edwards who makes the play 3-all.
And Katie Edwards, who was a little quiet in that third game, had a few unforced errors, a few mistakes. Was getting down on herself, you could see, but there, no hesitation, just going straight after it, throwing it down, and getting the point.
3-all is the score right now. Marymount winning the ball on the side out and serving number 9, Cassie Simnock. Here come the Troubadours now, set. And attack to the corner. It's Palmieri on the play. She finds the tiny bit of the near side. 4-3.
And that's one of the first clean shots that Palmieri has had. She's always got 1 or 2 defenders right in her face. But there, if you don't put a defender on her blocking, she's going to take care of business.
Here come the Sailors now on the block. Marymount, though, on top of it there. Back inside the Troubadour zone. Set up the middle. Attack near side to Robledo, who finds some space. They now lead 5-3, and now the Troubadours, like I said, they were getting comfortable. Now they're kind of sitting on the cushion. They're feeling pretty nice right now.
Troubadours, Robledo again. All of a sudden, I don't know. We'll have to try to get some stats on here for those first 2 games. I don't know where she came from. Maybe she just showed up a little late or something, but man, she's made such an impact in that last game. And now here already in this first game, or this fourth game.
Especially more or less as a team, again, losing by 14 the first game. All of a sudden, they win the second game, or the third game rather, with just this brute force. Though on the block there, the block by the Troubadours goes out of bounds on the attack from Edwards. It'll be now a 5-4 Marymount deficit as they'll be ready to serve. Jasuda now, ready, jumps, fires. Picked up on the backside by Vestman. Set attack, block made. Back inside the Troubadour zone now, juggled around. Here comes Marymount. Attack far side, and it's Harris with the kill. Tying it at 5.
Now, if you're Marymount, you've got 3 attackers that are virtually unstoppable in Harris, in Jasuda, and finally in Katie Edwards. Three girls who have just been so solid this whole game. If they can spread some points out between them, they're going to be successful in this fourth.
Here come Marymount now on the hit. Set up the middle, attack far side by Harris. Though the Troubadours with the ball there. Robledo with the attack, no. Set, attack up the middle. Edwards can't get the kill. Here's the attack up the backside. Dive save. Back into the Troubadour zone. A chance for the Troubadours again. A block made. A beautiful one at that by Katie Edwards on front. 6-5. Marymount back on top.
Awesome job by the Marymount defense. Getting those blockers close to the net, sliding over to where the ball's going to be, and making plays out there, taking the lead.
Tori Jasuda now again to serve on a 6-5 lead. Here's Vestman on the bump. Have to knock it back into the Marymount zone. Set up the middle. Now near side, here's Edwards. Into the hands of the blocker, Robledo, though it goes out of bounds. Now it's 7-5.
Count it for Edwards, 16 for her. Jasuda close behind with 10 kills on the night as she is set to serve.
Jasuda now ready. Looking at her stat, she has 10 kills for Marymount. Service stays somehow. Inbounds the last player, Vestman, let it go. And that proved costly.
And we said it right in the beginning. Marymount was able to serve that ball right at that back line, and St. Francis let it go a couple times. You never know. Sometimes that ball just dips right at the last second, that knuckler.
Over the net, picked up by Vestman on the backside. Here's the attack. Into the ground on the kill is Alani Kroon on the play. 8-6. Troubadours with the ball, down by 2.
Lonnie Kroon slowly creeping up that kills total chart up to 4 on the night. And she's been huge defensively in a ton of blocks.
Here's the attack from Harris. Block made. Knocked over. Now the Troubadours with the chance. Ball bounced around. Here's Marymount now. Attacked by Edwards. Block made. Staying into the Troubadour zone. Set. Attack near side. Into the ground. And that is Allie Wagner on the play.
And now Wagner trying to get some action going. She wants to be on the stat sheet too.
For Wagner, that's only her second kill on the night. Kind of quiet ever since the first game. Her first kill came from game 1. Attack here by Harris off the arm of Hakim. Wasn't expecting the ball right there on the backside. 9-7. Marymount will hold on to the lead.
And Chloe Hakim wants that one back. She was a little frustrated with herself. Tried to make a play on it. It was just hit so hard she couldn't get there quickly enough.
Katie Edwards now ready to serve from Marymount. Jumps, fires over the net. Here come the Troubadours. Set. Attack up the middle. And on the block is Ashley Williams. It was a pair between her and Kathleen Harris. They'll give the credit on the block to Williams. 10-7.
And the seniors getting up. Harrison Williams, like you said, Williams on the block. She's done so well tonight at the middle of that court.
Edwards now ready to serve. Troubadours on top. Set up the middle to the near side. Beautiful hit there by Wagner on the play. She's got 3. She's already doubled her total from the first game. That's her third here of the night. 3 kills here tonight. 10-8. Troubadours down 2.
And just as Robledo was taking over in that third game, now Wagner getting her totals up. 2 kills already in this fourth game.
Williams on the attack. Block made. Back into the Marymount zone. 50-50 ball forced over to the Marymount territory. Somehow a 3-touch call not made there. But it's Kathleen Harris who returns the ball. Ball thought was hit on the ground the first time, but wave it off as Kathleen Harris will get credit for the kill.
Harris with another kill. She's up to 10 on the night.
You got 3 players in double figures for Marymount. It is Harris, Edwards, and Jasuda. Attack made along the net. Allie Wagner on the play. 11-9 now with the Troubadours on the serve.
Wagner must have had something to eat while she was on the bench or something. Just coming out of nowhere on this fourth game and 3 kills already. And an ace!
More Ovaltine, please. A service ace.
Would you like
11 to 10.
Would you like some marshmallows with that, Miss Wagner? No, I like it straight. Here we go.
Over the net. A nice hit, but Marymount on top of the play. The attack by Connie over the chalk, out of bounds. A mini rally here for the Troubadours, now notching it up at 11 apiece. Timeout called by Marymount. We'll keep it right here. 14 points for either side. Once we thought that Marymount had a chance to hold on to this lead, all of a sudden the Troubadours somehow found a way to creep back in. They got a 3-point rally on their hands. They tied it up at 11. Real quick, John, your thoughts?
I mean, okay, let's kind of go over. Let's see, we got 30 seconds to go over the whole game so far. Anyway, the first game, Marymount came out and they were up basically the whole game. There was really no chance for St. Francis to come out. Troubadours lost that first game. I feel like they carried over that loss into the second game saying, man, this team's really good. I don't know how to beat them. The third game, they were kind of backs against the wall. Well, if we don't win this, we go home, so let's try to win, I guess. They come out with a victory, and now they've got some confidence out there. This is a different team, especially during this timeout. We're watching each side. Before, Marymount was dancing around to the songs, whatever they were doing. Now it's St. Francis who's high-fiving, clapping, smiling, saying, let's go, let's do this. And they're doing it, I'll tell you what.
Thing is, with the Troubadours, they knew what they were getting themselves into. They didn't lose any much composure. Marymount maybe was kind of celebrating a little too early, especially in that second game when they won big. All of a sudden, they kind of got caught blindsided. Speaking of, on the attack from, I believe it is Ashley Williams on the play. Marymount will get the lead right back, 12-11. On the serve now, here is Kathleen Harris for Marymount. Jumps, fires, picked up the middle, set, attack. Beautiful one there, but Marymount on the hit. Here's the chance at Harris, pushed off. Now the Troubadours at a second opportunity, no. Marymount, a third chance, pushed off by Harris. So the Troubadours well over it. Block made by Williams, no, instead it's going to be Connie on the block. The 6'3" sophomore all over the ball, 13-11.
And a huge block by Hani. Just being in the way. That's your job as a blocker, just get in the way. And that's exactly what she did, just a big block.
Here's Harris on the serve, on the backside. Here are the Troubadours. Set, pushed off, back into the Troubadour zone. Small block by Hani. Give her credit again. 14-11. Looking at the sideline again, I think, and I believe Lynn Wright will call time. So, again, after that 11-11 tie, you saw one team kind of tightening up the bolts, another one kind of loosening up after rallying back to tie it up, and now Marymount in control right here. John, we're seeing a big difference using these timeouts, one left on either side. What do St. Francis need to do to get back into this one?
Troubadours, who were so successful in that Game 3 with Courtney Robledo, she subbed out. I don't know. I haven't seen her yet in this fourth game, and we're halfway through it. It's like, where'd she go? That's been the difference. Gabriella Palmieri, who's their kill leader with 10, I don't believe has had any in this fourth game. Go to what's working. Even though she's getting blocked, she's got to be able to get those opportunities to get close to the net and set her up for success. The last one that she had, she was blocked, but she was kind of moving away from the net. The ball was away from the net. It was a tough shot, an easy block for the other team. But let's go back and get back on the offensive side. If we're St. Francis, the Troubadours got to pick it up and figure this out really quickly.
So on a 14-11 lead, here come the Sailors to try to cruise right through. Attack made, finding the corner, and that is Gabriella Palmieri on the attack, 14-12.
Gabriella Palmieri, first kill of Game 4, number 10, her 11th on the night. And if she is going to be that successful, that close to the net, I'd say give it back to her.
Dana Vestman to serve now for the Troubadours. Over the net, up the middle, set, attack far side by Jasuda. As Jasuda on the play. Into the corner, 15-12. 10 points to go.
And Jasuda, who's been so successful, she picks up her 11th on the night. Unbelievable.
11 kills again. Now this time 4 in double figures for Marymount. Team effort, if you will. Push off. Marymount though on top of the ball. Set. Attack far side. Here's Josuda. On the block is Ali Kumeli on the play. 15-13. Troubadours down by 2.
Huge play by Kumeli. It's just a big block. She didn't have any help. Just getting in the way, throwing it down, picking up the point, getting the serve back.
On the serve, here comes Marymount across court. Edwards on the attack, can't get the kill. Now a bump out, back into the Marymount zone. Sent up the middle. Attack by Edwards into the hands, but it'll be bumped back into the Marymount zone again. A third chance. This time it's Josuda on the block. Is Kroon, but can't keep it in bounds. 16-13 when Marymount needing 9 points to go.
The attack from all angles from Marymount. They go from the middle. They go to the outside. They go to the near side here. And it's just so tough to defend against. You can only block so many.
Josuda with now her 12th kill here on the night. 4 players again with double figures, with Katie Edwards leading the way on either side with 16. Jumps and fires. Up the backside. Here comes the Troubadours. Attack to the corner. Into the press box. Off the hands from Kathleen Harris. Looking at Brian Billman. He's played volleyball before. You got to hit that over, buddy.
I think if he had a chance to say something, he would right now. But either way, here we go. Game on.
Here we go. Here's Marymount. The attack by Edwards. No, can't get it there. Set. Attack. Here's Marymount, though, on the dive. Save. Push back into the Troubadour zone. Set. Attack now near side again into the corner. Bump back into the Troubadour zone. Up the far side. A chance? No. Marymount now controlling the rally. Here's Josuda. Dive save by Vestman. To the backside. Bumped away. Marymount set. Attack near side. Here's Edwards. Block made. 50-50 ball. The Troubadours in control. Another attack. Bump made. Out of bounds off the hands of Edwards. Count the attack for the Troubadours. 16-15. Oh, me, oh, my.
And Manny, by far the best rally of the night. And it goes the Troubadours' way. Man, I wish we would have counted how many times that ball went over the net and how many quality hits there were in kill attempts.
Here's the attack by Josuda. Block made. Sting impounds. Oh, my goodness. There is Palmieri on the block. 16 all.
And we got ourselves another new game.
9 points for either side. Palmieri on the serve. Set. Far side. Attack by Josuda. No, can't get it. Vestman. Here's Palmieri. Attack. Yes! 17-16, 4-point rally.
And when I was talking about some of the best volleyball we've seen all day, I've been talking about the past couple points that we've seen. I mean, both teams just bringing everything they've got to the table on the defensive and offensive sides.
Marymount trying to regain the lead. Attacked by Edwards. She gets it in the corner. 17 all. If this game won't wake you up, if this is too loud, turn down the volume, folks. 17 apiece, 8 points to go.
Talk about back and forth. This is unbelievable. And these girls mean business. They're not out there just to mess around. They're out here to win.
Here's Marymount. The attack by Harris. Picked on the backside. Troubadours with a second chance. Block made. Dive save. Marymount with the third chance. Up the middle. Troubadours now ready. Set. Attack. Palmieri. Though on the block is Edwards on the play. 18-17. Just beautiful, magnificent plays. Rally by rally. Wow.
Katie Edwards and Renee Meyer-Wally getting up together to get the block. And if it's not on the offensive side, it's on the defensive side.
Dive save by Vestman on the serve. Block made up on the 50-50 ball from Lonnie Kroon. Forced it back into the Marymount zone. 7 points for either side, 18 to pop.
Back and forth, back and forth. This one's not going to be over for a while, folks.
You need 25, but I got a feeling you need 45 to win the game. Set, middle, Edwards, attack over the top, out of bounds. 19-18.
And a rare long hit there from Katie Edwards, who's so good at getting on top of that ball. The set was a little low, so she had to kind of adjust.
Here comes Marymount again after the serve. Set attack by Harris. Block made. Does it stay in bounds? No. Harris gets the kill off the block from Lonnie Kroon. Tied at 19. Back and forth. Both teams. And needing 6.
And the best part about the last about 10, 15 points maybe has been there really haven't been any mistakes. It's just been one team beating the other team at their best.
Edwards here on the serve over the net. Dive save by Hakim. Third hit, that'll be bumped back into the Marymount zone. Set, attack, here's Williams, 50-50 ball, choking around. Third hit, 50-50 again, back into the Troubadour zone. Push back, here comes Marymount now. Set, attack, here's Harris, into the hands of Hakim and into the stands. 2019, Marymount now on top by 1.
And now it's not 10-10 anymore. It's 2019, and we are very, very close to that 25-point mark. If Marymount gets there first by 2, we are done. And if St. Francis gets there first by 2, we're going to play one more.
Over the net, dive save on the serve. Set, bump off, back into the Marymount zone. Here's the set. Attack there by Jasuda, but 2 players for the Troubadours. They're on the block. Now it's notched up at 25 points to go.
And Jasuda, who's usually hitting those kind of shots from the near side right at the net, trying to take one from a little further back.
Here's the attack there by Harris, right into the feet of Palmieri. 21-20. 4 points to go now for Marymount with Meyer Wally to serve.
And Kathleen Harris, who's had a couple huge kills here, is up to 13 on the night. The senior. They're all seniors out there, I think, except for the sophomore, who's 6'4".
Just a stacked team here for Marymount. 8 seniors, as John Henry had mentioned. They want that title that they could not get last year. Set, attack by the Troubadours. Block made by Williams. Sting in up bounds, 22-20. Looking at the sideline for the Troubadours. They got 1 timeout left. They're going to elect to keep it.
And they're going to do a quick sub. Morgan Robledo, who we spoke about so much in that last game, is back in. They got to cut down this lead.
Wally to serve. Set. No, push back. Marymount, though, expecting it. Hit off by Josuna. Here comes the Troubadours now. Soft touch. Williams pushes it back into the Troubadour zone. Attack there by Hakim. And now Marymount with the ball. Here's the attack there by Josuna. As Jasuda there finds the floor. 23-20. 2 points to go for a championship title. Timeout called by St. Francis. Keep it right here. A small rally here in the late stages of the 4th game. Have the Marymount Sailors on top by 3. John, what a game.
Unbelievable. This is the first time since it was, I think, 9-9 that it's been more than a 1-point lead. Back and forth, back and forth. Like you said, Marymount able to string together a few points, keeping the serve. And we got to go over some stats real quick. We've got Katie Edwards up to 17 kills on the night, approaching 20. Like, unbelievable. Can't believe it.
Well, not just that. You have 4 players for Marymount in double figures. I mean, you got Harris, who has 13. You have Jasuda with 12. You have Williams with 10. Team effort, but, you know, we really haven't said Edwards' name in a while. She's been kind of quiet. So for her to be quiet in the 4th game with 17 kills, it's kind of a head scratcher.
Right, and I don't get it. And she's not even in there right now. So they've got the sophomore in there, Hani, for maybe a little more defensive purposes with that height and that arm span.
See what they can do. They only need 2 more points. Meyer Wally to serve. Picked up the middle. Hakim, set, attack, dive, save up the far side. Here's a chance by Jasuda, picked up on the backside by the Troubadours. Another push-off, block made by Williams. Into the Troubadour zone, a lift violation though called on the hit attempt. Marymount fans on their feet, as will I, as will everybody here. Championship points.
This is what it's all about right here. Championship point. D1, girls volleyball. California State Championship.
Can you feel it, folks? Meyer Wally to serve. Over the net. Hakim with the save. Set. Attack. Block made. Staying into the Troubadour zone. A second chance. Block made by Hami, who gets the championship point. The Marymount Sailors avenge the loss from last year. They'll take the state title. Win it match-wise 3-1.
What a game. What a match. That St. Francis team would not go away. As soon as Marymount thought they had that thing won, St. Francis said, no, we're going to play an extra game, and we're going to push you to 25. Let's do it. And Marymount able to withstand the pressure, doing a great job, led by their 8 seniors on the night. 4 players over 10 kills. A feat in itself.
Got to ask you this. You have obviously a lot of players you can ask for the player of the game. Again, Marymount winning. As you see on the screen, they won match-wise 3-1. It's hard to say, but I think we got to give our player of the game to Katie Edwards.
I can't argue with that one. I mean, coming in, the senior at 6'2", we'll try to figure out how many blocks she had, but she had 17 kills to lead all scoring on the night. Katie Edwards, your Play On Sports player of the game.
3-1. Marymount made it to the state title game last year. They lost to Palo Alto in 5 games. They got what they deserved here this year. They came back and stole away that state title here in 2012. 25-20, they win the 4th and final game here in the 5-game set. We'll take a quick timeout right here as we'll get Katie Edwards for our player of the game. This is PlayOnSports.com and the Division I state title game. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're right back right after this. ready. Welcome back here to PlayOnSports.com. Our player of the game, Katie Edwards. 4 players in double figures, but you led the way with 19 kills. Stats really don't matter. You guys won the game fair and square, 3 games to 1. You avenged the loss last year from Palo Alto, losing in 5 sets. First of all, how does it feel to finally hoist that trophy?
It feels amazing. Honestly, I am just so proud of my team. Last year was the hardest loss I've ever had in my career, and it just felt so good to be able to come out and just win like we did in 4 sets. We've been playing amazing all of playoffs.
We'll talk about you. Obviously, you led the way with 19 kills overall, but really it was a team effort. Again, 4 players had double figures. You know, going throughout, I mean, what was your mindset from start to finish throughout the season? I mean, obviously your goal was obviously to win a state title, but how much of a team effort did you guys really want to carry it from start to finish?
We decided, like, at the beginning of the year that we were going to get the red banner, and exactly with the beginning of this match, we decided that we were just going to have fun. It's our last match as seniors because most of our starters are seniors, and we decided it's our last match, go out with no regrets, and we definitely did that.
Now talk about going from the second to third game. You guys won big the first and second game, but you let the Troubadors come back and win the third game. What did your head coach tell you guys to really keep the momentum going into that 4th game?
She kind of left it up to us since it is our season. We all decided that just relax, have fun, play our game. We knew that we could play our game like we did against Redondo on Tuesday, and we knew if we just played relaxed that it would just work out for us in our favor.
Now 2 more questions, obviously. With a win like this, how are you going to celebrate, first of all? I mean, what are you guys planning to do after a big win like this tonight?
Well, we're going to eat cake. We're going to eat so much junk food. At least I am. I'm going to eat so much junk food. I think I deserved it. I deserve sleep, too. I'm going to sleep, and I'm going to eat junk food. And I'm pretty sure my entire team's going to do that, too.
I'm assuming
it's been a long season.
It'll be cake and ice cream for the next couple of weeks.
Exactly, yeah.
One last thing, though. Obviously, you're ending your career here with Marymount. What is the one thing that you're going to take in your 4 years here at Marymount?
Just our winning tradition. I love to win, and we all love to win. We're so competitive, and just being able to win on big stages like CIF, 3-peat, this year, and then finally winning our red banner from the disappointment last year. I'm just going to carry that with me the rest of my life.
Katie Edwards here at PlayOnSports.com, player of the game with 19 total kills on the night in the big 3-1 match thriller against St. Francis. Folks, don't go anywhere. Our post-game show will happen right after this. PlayOnSports.com, where high school sports lives right here. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Hold on. Welcome back here to PlayOnSports.com, here with John Henry. Manny Nunez in to wrap things up. 5 games down. It's all in the books. 5 great games, and to end it with a beautiful one at that. Marymount, again, making the title last year, losing in that 5-game thriller against Palo Alto. They kind of had it coming that they wanted to get back here, and they came in with just a lot of firepower, a lot of brute force. They got the 3-1 match victory, and you can tell these players are thrilled to finally hoist that trophy.
Yeah, you could tell Katie Edwards, I think she said it perfectly. They just decided to come out here. They were going to make it back here this year, and I'm sure that sweet, sweet redemption tasted better than any of the junk food that she's going to eat. Either way, I mean, we're wrapping things up, like you said. That team, we had Jatsuda, who probably could have been a player of the game. We had Rennie Meyer-Wally, who was money all game, digging, setting her teammates up. Katie Edwards, obviously, and Kathleen Harris for the Marymount High School Sailors. just so solid. Those seniors that make up that team, just like Katie said, they're going to carry it for the rest of their lives.
Obviously, for St. Francis, they got to this point. We fell short. Obviously, they hadn't won a title since 05, but obviously, give this team a valiant effort. Really give a lot of credit to that third game, too. If it weren't for that, this game definitely would have ended a little bit earlier, but they really, gave it their all. You could definitely tell that they left everything on the court tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of an underdog situation. They were the team coming in, and Marymount was the team to beat. St. Francis, the first two games, if it didn't take them those first two games to get going, I think we'd still be watching maybe a Game 5 right now. But either way, they were able to step up so well. The Troubadors, especially Gabriella Palmieri, Allison Child, and Leah Felton, especially in that third game, Courtney Robledo, able to step up and bring that win, that one game home for them.
Marymount won the Division I title. In Division II, it was Archbishop Mitty. Division III, it was Cathedral Catholic. Division IV, it was All Francis Parker. And to start the day off, it was the Branson Bulls coming out of the North Coast. 5 games in one whole day. John, I am beat.
Yeah, I think it's about time to go home as we do wrap things up here. But we're gonna be back out here, back to the grindstone in the next couple days.
Next couple of days, how about the next week? We got the semifinals for football coming up for the State Bowl semifinals and the State Championship out in Carson, California. The fun does not end right here, folks. Folks, we're going to sign off here. We'll see you back next week in the state semifinal games all across from northern to southern California, ending in Carson on December the 14th, the 15th and the 16th. From all of us here in Play on Sports.com for John Henry. This is Manny Nunez here making the call on this one. Good night, and we'll see you next Friday in all of California.